Now, let's be perfectly clear about this and quit lying to ourselves and making excuses. Donald Trump, in the last week, has plunged America to depths of depravity that are absolutely unheard of in a country that prides itself as being home of the brave and land of the free. Trump is a self-admitted and proud of it war criminal. He's committing crimes against humanity that are punishable by imprisonment and even death. And he is doing it openly and bragging about it. It's insane. And Americans are sitting there like it's just another news story, and now we're on to the next item in the news. We can't let that happen. Trump has always envied strongmen and authoritarian leaders like Vladimir Putin, Rodrigo Duterte, Benjamin Netanyahu, leaders who don't just bend the rules, they break them. You know, all three of those men are charged with war crimes, and they face arrest and criminal trials if they ever travel or visit any of the ICC Rome Statute supporting countries. Who are those countries? Austria, Belgium, Canada, France, Germany, Iceland, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, Spain, Denmark, Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, the United Kingdom. It goes on. Of course, Trump gladly gives these men sanctuary in the United States, violating international law by letting them here without arrest of them. He even invites these guys to the White House, and like Putin, he gave a red carpet reception to. We all saw what happened in Alaska. He had Putin landing on American soil and had soldiers who have fought and died in combat on their knees, rolling out a red carpet so that Putin could come down and not get his shoes dirty on the pavement. It's obscene what he's done. But now, merely admiring and protecting these criminals was not enough for Trump. No, he's now joined their ranks and become one of them. Yes, this is not a matter of Trump derangement syndrome. This is not a matter of exaggeration. Donald Trump is now an international war criminal. And as I said, he's proud of it and bragging about it. The most obvious act he's taken is the bombing, the targeted murder of 11 individuals on a boat off the shore of Venezuela, claiming without providing any evidence or confirmation that these were all members of Tren de Aragua and they were smuggling drugs to America. Unheard of. Imagine, stop for a minute and think for this. Imagine if there was a van or a truck in Miami that was going to drive up to New York. It had 11 people in it. And while I was heading north on the I-95, going through Miami, going into Atlanta through Georgia, suddenly the military drones closed in on it and obliterated it, killed 11 people inside. And when asked about it, they just said they were gang members, they were terrorists, they were drug smugglers. We took care of them and we'll do it again to anybody we want. You don't think there'd be an investigation? You don't think there'd be questions asked? Well, when they do it in international waters to foreign nationals from other countries, they're committing crimes just like they would in the United States. So you've got Trump, who when he started his campaign in politics in 2015, made the statement that he could probably shoot someone on the streets of New York in Manhattan and he wouldn't lose any supporters. Well, it seems to me that that's what's happening. Trump is now a murderer who's out there, aside from everything else he's done, he's murdering individuals without cause, and his supporters are following him, and America is letting him get away with it. Why? I want to have a quick personal word with you. It'll just take a second. Look at what Donald Trump has done to America in the first 9 months of his second term. And believe me, he's just beginning. It is only going to get worse. The only chance there is to stop Trump, the only chance there is for you to stop Trump, is to get people inspired, motivated, angry, and active. And we've got to work together to accomplish that. What you can do today, to start right now, is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then take the next step. Take the link to this video and share it. Share it to your Blue Sky, to your Twitter X, to your Facebook, and spread the word. We've got to get people understanding how serious the situation is before it's too late. Thanks, and back to the video. Well, he's created a situation where he has total carte blanche. There are no checks or balances on Trump's corruption or depravity or criminal actions, none whatsoever. First of all, he has the whole Congress, the Republican Party, running the House of Representatives and the Senate, totally on board with him, agreeing with anything and everything he does. Then he handpicks, through manipulation, specific members to the judiciary, which is the ultimate check on the power of the president, and picks them, gets them appointed, and basically they have now said that there is no crime whatsoever that the president, while he's president, can ever be charged with, no matter what he does. They've even said, literally, if he went out and used a SWAT team to assassinate his political opponent, he could not be charged criminally. So obviously, there are no checks and balances on Trump in America at all, other than the American people rising up against him, which ultimately is going to have to happen one of these days. What you do have is the International Criminal Court. That's an intergovernmental organization, an international tribunal that's seated in The Hague, Netherlands. Formed in 2002 under the Rome Statute, this ICC is the first and only permanent international court that has jurisdiction to prosecute individuals for international crimes of genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. How real is their power? Well, look, Vladimir Putin is indicted, Rodrigo Duterte, Benjamin Netanyahu. Duterte is currently in custody. As soon as he lost the elections in the Philippines, he was arrested and deported, extradited to the Netherlands, where he's now in custody, awaiting trial on those charges, war crimes charges. And I think it's inevitable that sooner or later, the ICC is going to charge Donald Trump with crimes. The charges against Duterte stem from accusations that the former president is accused of extrajudicial killings under the guise of his administration's war on drugs campaign. Sound familiar? You cannot go out and murder and assassinate people merely on the accusation that they committed a crime without any form of justice or charges or day in court. And he did it regularly, just like Trump is now doing, and just like Trump says he's going to continue to do. It's a travesty. Now, notice one of the things to say is the crime of aggression. Think about what Trump has done. At the same time as he is bombing and actually murdering people without trial, without arresting them. I mean, normally, why do you think of that boat, pull it over, arrest the people, and give them a day in court? That's what they do with drug smugglers. That's been done for years. You don't just drop bombs and kill them without any proof or evidence. It's ridiculous. At the same time as he was committing this atrocity off the coast of Venezuela, he announces that he's renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Think about that. The Department of Defense is now the Department of War. It begs the question, war against who? He's already said it's war against America, war against the city of Chicago, Los Angeles, Washington. He's at war against his own people. You talk about aggression. No country, no civilized country in history has succeeded and grown and been free and prosperous when they glorify war. Glorifying war is an evil thing to do. You do not glorify war, and Trump does that. He's trying to say, we're the biggest, we're the baddest, we'll do anything the hell we want. Now, there are other examples of Trump committing crimes in the past. Remember, when he exited office after his first term, he issued a number of pardons, including he pardoned a number of military officers of the U.S. military who had been charged and convicted of war crimes and crimes against humanity. He pardoned them. And it is a crime of international law to pardon people who have been found guilty of war crimes. Trump did it. So that itself is enough reason to say he is a war criminal. Thanks for watching this video. This channel is Beyond America, Canada Looking South. Here are a few other videos you might be interested in. And remember, stay engaged, stay active, stay informed. and always keep up the fight.